beating Louisville ever get old?
No. It was a great way to have the last home game here, and I mean, we talked about all week about how much this game means to us and to all of our fans and the whole state really. And obviously, the season didn't go how we had planned it, but we knew that we'd feel a heck of a lot better about it after a win this week than a loss. So, we needed it. We got ready for it, and we got it.
Well, Coach said there hasn't been a decision made on if you're going to play in the bowl game or not. But looking back at your time here at Kentucky after, time at Penn State, how would you recap just shortly your time here to the fans, all those things?
Yeah, first of all, I got to think about all my brothers on the team here. I got brothers for life, friends for life, and just a lot of people that I'll forever be in touch with and I'll forever trust and love a lot. So, other than that, the fans for welcoming me with open arms and just completely embracing me in being the starting quarterback for the team. It's a huge kind of position to assume and to fill, to be a quarterback for an SEC team. And I didn't know too much about the fan base when I first got here, but I quickly realized how special and supportive our fans are. And like I said, I think I'll always kind of look back on this last season and have a little bit of kind of regret or just like feeling like we didn't quite get to where we wanted to. But I'll sure as heck think about this game too and feel a lot better about it. So it's really cool to get that last home win against Louisville. And I could talk about it for hours how much I love this place. But I got a home here for the rest of my life. And just thank you, Kentucky. Thank you, Big Blue Nation, for everything.
Well, do you have a timeline of when you're going to be?
I'm going to talk to Stoops on Monday, and then probably my family too. And then I don't have a timeline, probably within a week, I'd say. So I don't really know.
Scangarello talked about nobody just knows how much you've been in the last few weeks and that you felt good as you have the last two. But during that time, what made you play? What pushed you through? What was your motivation? Being a top quarterback prospect, why risk it?
I'm a competitor. I'm gonna go out there and play if I can. I'm gonna listen to the trainers. They know, they're the professionals. They know what is in my best interest, whether it's to play or to not. And I just listen to them all season. Whenever they needed me in there for treatment, I was in there. I was doing extra stuff every day to get myself better. It was a pain in the butt, but those are the things you got to do for a lot of football players. And the stuff I've been dealing with is definitely not easy. But if anything, I think it prepared me for not hopefully, but probably will happen at some point in my career in the future, dealing with similar injuries, similar kind of annoying kind of nuisances. But I just kind of kept battling and trusting the coaching staff to put me in the right position to succeed. And it's tough calling plays when you have a different kind of physical nature of the quarterback that what you were expecting. But I think Coach did a great job of working around it.
Well, it was a rough season for Matt, but for him to finish off the way that he did with 4 field goals, what does that mean to you guys?
I was so happy for him. And I know that the special teams unit has gotten a lot of flack all year. But Matt is just such an incredible dude and a great friend of mine. And for him to go out there and nail 4 for 4 field goals and two touchdowns and 2 extra points. I was joking with him. I asked him if he'd ever missed a kick against Louisville. He was like, I haven't missed a kick against a non-conference game. So he's got that to hold to him, and he got the player of the game, which is awesome. That's what I got last year. I was telling him a little bit about the ceremony and how much fun he'll have, and he wasn't too happy to hear that he has to speak at it, but he'll figure it out. He's a smart kid.
Will, we talked about all year how talented the freshman group was. Coming into the week, did you kind of have to help them get the juice up, or did they understand the rivalry? And just how bright is the future for the young core here in Kentucky?
It's so bright. The majority of the receiving yards today came from Barion, Dane, and Caddis, who are all true freshmen. And it goes to show that we did have a young team this year, and I'm looking forward to following them throughout their careers as they get better. They have the right determination. They got the right mindset. And as long as they take care of business and trust in the coaches, then everything that they seek for themselves will come to them. And what was the other part of the question? Sorry,
I was asking, did you have to do much to help them get the juice up, or did they understand the rivalry?
Coach Stoops got it ready from day one. Just kind of getting everyone, all the people that haven't been here, who don't know kind of the background of this rivalry and how games have gone in the past and what to expect. Coach did a great job of that, knowing that we have a young team, and got them prepared. I would talk about the receivers. I would talk about how talented these kids are, and despite how well they did this year, they're only going to be better. And I think that the offense from a scheme wise, coach is going to do a great job of learning from kind of what went well this year and what didn't go so well. Being his first time coaching college ball in a while, I think we've already talked about kind of the answers to some of those questions, and I'm excited to see him and what he has to do. And then obviously I'll let myself be available to anyone who needs to answer any questions, for sure.
Well, obviously,
Got into that rivalry for it to be your first time playing against Louisville, saw a lot of L's down, pre-game walkthrough, all that. What did it mean to you being in this rivalry for the first time and playing well?
It means a lot. I know when I got here what I signed up for, and I'm always going to be with my brothers no matter what, so it just felt like I've been here as long as the rivalry has.
Coach Stoops talks about everybody's a free agent. I know you're getting all sorts of questions from fans about what you're going to do. What do you make of all that speculation?
I don't know who started their rumors. Like, I'm BBN for life. So can y'all stop the rumors, please?
What was it like to get into the end zone, to kind of have that, to kind of back up the trash talk a little bit?
I don't feel good. I always feel good to be in the end zone.
Did you know you were on camera back there on the punt return?
Of course. I seen that. I wanted them to see that.
You high-pointed that touchdown pass. How did it feel to be able to do that with the low defender? When you high-pointed on a touchdown.
Feel good. All week, me and my coach was practicing fade balls consistently. Every day after practice, we'll get some in, and it paid off.
Barion, you and Dame obviously are freshmen. The tight ends are freshmen. Young Walker's a freshman. How exciting is that if you guys can keep the core together?
Man, exciting just to see what the future has in store, and I'm just ready to keep working.
What's going through your mind? You had that big third down catch. What goes through your mind when you make it and you see nothing but kind of green grass in front of you?
Touchdown. I'm always trying to get in the end zone. I always trying to help my team be in the best predicament that we can. So I was just thinking touchdown.
How much confidence did last week give you doing that against the best defense in the league?
Honestly, it played. I'm always confident. No matter who we play, I always know what I can do. I always know what I can handle. So, that did give me a little confidence, but I'm always gonna be confident. So, yeah, it did really good.
What was Kentucky-Louisville like, Barion? Was the trash talk elevated?
It lived up to its hype.
Barion, I've seen you get physical with the players before and after plays. So what's your message to them after you get the win?
Honestly, I didn't even see none of them. I seen one of them. He came, good game, as we should. We topped it up, good game. Keep working. So after the whistles, after the game, it's all love. But in between the whistles, oh yeah.
How big was it for the sideline when you all saw that first field goal go through the uprights?
Of course, big to everybody. But we know what Matt Ruffalo could do. We one great player. So just being able to see everything go as planned is very good.
Barry, what's it been like?
What did you think about just playing in this game, knowing I'm sure you heard it from a ton of your teammates just how important this game was?
Honestly, I approached it as like any other game. Always trying to come out and get the win, be the best person I can be the best teammate I can be, and just coming up with the win is very good.
It felt like the last couple of weeks you guys have made a concerted effort to get the ball out quicker to you guys, the playmakers, instead of holding it back there, and it seemed to kind of work. What has that been the plan, and what did you think about it?
I'm just here. I get to play. I just come to do my job. Great week of preparation. And I just come make the play when it's time.
Speaking of when the plays are called, how do you think you just played after 12 games, ups and downs? What all did you learn through your first full football season?
Life keeps going, honestly. One bad play don't determine the outcome of the game. So, just make sure your head is always in the game.
Barion, what's it been like playing with Will? They said it could be, it might be his last game. There's no certainty yet. What's it been like playing with him through the ups and the downs, injuries, all the things? What's it been like?
Man, Will's Will, man. Great leader, great guy outside of football. Always looking to being coachable and coach you up. Also, he'll hit me through the night. I need to work on this route or that route. So, man, I love Will.
Barion, you said the BBN for life a second ago.
Last one.
Where do you think these rumors about your future started? Do you have any clue?
Do you?
No, that's what I'm asking you. I'm not the one being asked to, you're not asking me to leave. At least I hope not.
I don't know. I don't know where the rumors came from.
You had another big game against Louisville.
Yes, sir.
You got another big win against Louisville. It's your last home game at Kroger Field. What's it been like through this rivalry and just the time you're here at Kentucky and just in general?
Through the rivalry, they got a great team. They're number 25 in the country. But every year, Coach always tells you, we're the better team. It's all about mistakes. Going in the game, we knew they were going to be chippy. We knew they were going to do anything. Coaches just challenge us not to retaliate. And when you see your teammate, hold him accountable, pull him away. I had to pull Barion away one time, but he's young. He said, "I understand." Then next play he scored a touchdown. I'm like, if you would have did that, they would throw the flag. It would have been a different outcome maybe, but just stay in it.
You're 2:30 away from catching Benny. You have your sights set on that?
Man, it is what it is. It's I'm just here for the team. If it comes to me, it comes to me. It is what it is.
I know this was, I think, a week ago that it happened, or maybe two, but you finally jumped over somebody.
Yeah.
Did you show that play over and over to Will throughout the week?
No, I actually told him, I don't know how you do it. I'll never do it again. It's scary. 225 and I'm leaving my feet. I came down hard on my shoulder and I was like, I'm not doing that again.
Chris, what was the energy like during practice this week leading up to this game? How does that kind of carry over into today being Saturday?
Not even that practice. You look around, every TV is playing the games throughout the years. And when we figured out that they're ranked 25, it's like, okay, now we know they're going to give us their best game. We just got to go play our game, And I'm not going to lie, it's been a lot of motivational speeches. This week is, we just had to get back to us, coming off a loss last week. It's just hard, but we knew what we had to do and we came out and did it. Got it done.
Chris, you're going to leave here without ever losing to them. What's that mean?
It's pretty cool. I always feel like I said, I feel like we were always a better team. It's just about us, and not losing to them. And it's like I said, I never lost to them. So.
Chris, there's a lot of you running backs heading out, with time. You and Bossier. What would be you saying to a running back coming in about playing in Kentucky? Maybe considering maybe a portal guy or a freshman.
Coming in, just stay the course. When I first came in, I didn't know. I thought I was never gonna play. I had Benny in front of me, Smoke, AJ, Saheem, and then when Jatan got here, I was like, bro, I'm never gonna play. I'm never gonna get my shot. But I just stayed the course. Coaches started believing in me. And, so did the O-line, that was one thing about Coach Larman, when he was here, he was like, bro, you're going to be a beast, just keep pushing. He always told me that. Chris, when we were in the dorms, he was my roommate, and he was like, bro, you hard, you're really hard. He used to tell me that all the time. I'm like, bro, I'm never going to play, so it don't matter. And when I finally started playing, he was like, bro, I told you, just keep going. So if you're coming in, just stay focused. BBN's gonna love you. It's all about you and making good decisions and building that bond with your brothers.
How special was it to share this day with Chris today?
Man, it was special. I know he really wanted to be out there, with us, but him going through senior day, when they cheered his name, man, I almost started crying. That's my dog. It was a real special moment, man.
Chris, you still have the bowl game left, but looking back on your career, what's your favorite story, your favorite game?
Favorite story? That's a good question. I would have to say, I think it was 2019. We played South Carolina there. I had carries before that, but that's my first touchdown, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. It was against South Carolina. Me and Lynn were in the game, and we went down and scored. That's probably one of the best moments. This is my first collegiate touchdown.
Chris, how does a win tonight
and going into this bowl game kind of changed the momentum and vibe of what this season can be and what it was?
Yeah, I mean, we knew it from the jump. Like, we were a couple plays away every game that we lost. You go back and watch the game, it's a couple plays. We just had to take care of us. So every time we came back to practice on Monday, it's just handle what you need to handle. You know, trust your brother that's next to you, and just play your game, and it'll all fall into place. And we battled a lot of adversity this year, and you know, it's hard, but that's who makes you you. That's what makes you a team.
Do you have a timetable on the decision on if you'll play in the bowl game or not?
Nah, I haven't really thought about it yet, but I'm here with my brothers, and I'm all right with them.
Chris, what does 4 straight over Louisville mean to you?
It just means really better. No, I'm kidding. No, I mean, you know, it is what it is. They're, like I said, they're a great team. It's about us. You know?
Coach, how'd you feel like the offense played overall today?
I was showed real grit. Didn't turn it over. You know, and just, you know, we were managing the game that second half, but just like the way they came out early on. I thought they were focused, and I thought we had a really good week of practice. I liked the crew we had rolling this week. They were tuned in, and these young guys are really starting to grow up.
Rich, can you see progress just over the course of the season as a whole from this group?
Without question. It was on Wednesday. I was standing behind the huddle, and I don't think there's many teams in the country that could say this. And I was watching a play, and Jaton was in, and it was 2 and 6 and 85 and 84 in the O-line, and I'm thinking 9 of these guys are going to be back next year, and there's a good chance of that. And they're really pretty good, and they're growing up. You know, they're puppies. They're young dudes, and they're learning. They're gaining confidence. Like 6 and 2 are just blossoming, and those 2 tight ends are really special. The line's played better the last few weeks, and I feel like we have a chance. We were just, you know, we made some mistakes early on in the year, no excuses, but I think these young guys are growing up.
Speaking of Jaton, it looked like he was giving you something a little bit different. How has he kind of grown?
I've felt very early on since spring that Jaton is a really good back. It was very unfortunate that he got hurt in the opener, hurt his knee. He's a real natural zone runner. He's a really good route runner. He's very competitive. He's good in protection. I trust him completely, and I'm excited for his future. And he's just one thing is he's not the biggest guy, so durability will always be an issue. But he runs tough as heck, and he's been very, very good for us this year. And I like where he's at.
Rich, do you think Caddis was going to take that to the house?
I can't wait to see it on film, but yeah, I mean, the guy is. He's got some real special traits. Like I was hoping he would score, but I've felt this from the very early on. Like he's got a real special set of hands. He has a real ability. George Kittle's the same way, and it's a unique trait that very few tight ends has. He has really amazing pad level to avoid things and get off. That's why I've been running him a lot on those crossing routes. It's as good as you'll see. And he's got to get bigger and stronger, and it'll help his durability, but I'm really excited about it.
You mentioned those 2 tight ends and the 2 wide receivers, all of whom are freshmen, true or redshirt.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty strong if you can keep them together.
Keep those guys together, and, like I said, Jaton, and then, I feel like, Horsey's, he's meant to play guard, and we're losing our right guard, but, it's just been Jagger as a freshman, and he's grown up. Like the Georgia game was a very big moment, in my opinion, for him. He got a lot of confidence out of that. He realized he could stand with some of the best players and hold his own and fight. And Eli's grown up. So I like the core, and they've played much better down the last 5 weeks. It hasn't always resulted in wins, but I like their grit, and I like some of the young guys that didn't play that were able to redshirt. Interject that with some others, and I think we got a chance.
Rich, some of the red zone issues again about today. Just as you evaluate, how do you fix that?
Yeah, I mean it's a combination of things, and I don't want to get into all of it. I'm pretty aware of what it is, but yeah, I mean we can't be quite as conservative down there on early downs. I think sometimes that can hurt you, but there's a place to be conservative too. And I thought the first drive, the fact that we almost shot our leg off by taking a stupid penalty on a touchdown, and where Will scored there, and to come back, and we worked hard. Dane there was a cool moment this week in a walkthrough where the young receivers were working in a walkthrough, like being very mindful of how to approach. The goal was, how do I beat a corner one-on-one? Because that's going to be a big play. And what's my plan? And I want to know 2 days ahead how I'm going to beat this guy. And Dane and DeKel and those guys worked on it. And I saw it come to life. That detail, the way he set the corner up and beat him on that first slant, that's what it takes. That detail is the key. And they've learned it. They've gained confidence. And the detail is the key to the success down there, because there's just a fine line. Also, I'd like to score from further out more and not get tackled on the 5.
Those red zone issues, are those more of a lack of execution for you guys, or more just the defense doing their job?
I mean, it's a combination of a few things, but look, when you go third down and you know, one of the disadvantages of huddling and breaking is when you get third down, they set their defense and you get their best pass rush. You get their best pressures, they can set the table, you get full speed ahead. When you go fast, sometimes you can negate a lot of that stuff. So that's something we got to look at in the future on third downs and in the red zone to help us. Like the touchdown we threw against Missouri was a speed third down where we negated that. And it's caught up with us at times, even Vandy, where they batted a ball down or they got home one time. Like, they zero us out, but they can't do that when we're going fast. So those are little things that mid-season you can't just throw at the guys, but that's a part of the future that we can definitely help us be very efficient and much better in that area.
Rich, obviously, we don't know if this was Will's last game. He still has to decide, but if this was the last game that you coached him, what was it like just working with him throughout the year and just the potential that this kid has?
Love him to death. He's a 10 out of 10 in toughness. He's a 10. I don't think people realize how injured he was this year. He played for 5 or 6 weeks where literally he would sprint out in practice and fall down, like his toe would give out on him. Bad habits that can come from that with, you know, not transitioning your weight and your shoulder, like the grit to fight through that. The last 2 weeks he's felt the best he's felt in probably a month. And I thought he played better, he threw it better, and was more confident because of it. But I love him. He's got the mind, he's got the toughness, he's got the arm talent, and you know, people are going to judge some of his games, and I hope they fully understand what he was dealing with. And when they do, and you look beyond that, I think they're going to realize he's going to be one of the better ones in the league.
Given that Louisville came in leading the nation in sacks, how pleased are you with how your offensive line performed against them today?
Yeah, I said it in my interview earlier this week. Like I'm very pleased. They have a real good scheme. They got real good pass rushers. I mean, their DBs are physical and they grab and hold. They play a lot of man, and I mean, they tackled us a couple of times out there on the first half. I couldn't believe some of it. But anyways, like, they're good at it, and they disrupt timing, and they get home with twists and stuff. And we battled our butt off, and we've gotten better, you know. And the turnovers are going away because of that, and you eliminate some negatives and gain some confidence. Our best days are ahead of us.
Playmaking positions, you're going to be active in the portal?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Playmaking positions, you're going to be active in the portal?
Yeah, I don't want to get into all that, but I think there's some, you know, I mean, it's a whole new world out there, and it's craziness right now. It is a free-for-all. It's wild west, and, you know, but the cool thing from my perspective is a lot of quarterbacks and stuff I have relationships with from the NFL, with some of the stuff I did with them in the summers for a few years. In 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I have some good relationships with guys. So if there are guys reaching out after this and they get in the portal, I'm going to be excited to talk with them.